How to Judge Globalism Part 8. We have seen that the rich people get the major share of the international business, the globalization. This happens because there are certain rules which always favor them. Some of the examples of these rules can be patent laws, copyright acts, etc. Amartya Sen tells us that although the rich people of the world are getting the major share of the development, major share of the benefits of the globalization, this doesn't mean that the poor people living in both the poor countries and the rich countries have to leave the global market. No, we have to be in the global market, but we have to press for the change in the rules of globalization. To benefit all the people of the world equally, Amartya Sen tells us that we need to change public policies in different countries on global level related to education, epidemiology, land reform, microcredit facilities, appropriate legal protections, etc. Moving ahead in the essay, Amartya Sen tells us that there are certain institutions working on global level which spread inequality. He tells us that the global capitalism is much more concerned with the expanding the domain of market relations. This capitalism does not care more for democracy, expanding elementary education, or enhancing the social opportunities of the society's underdogs. Underdogs means the poor people. Since globalization of markets is on its own a very inadequate approach to world prosperity, there is a need to go beyond the priorities that find expression in the chosen focus of global capitalism. The global capitalists are more concerned with their own benefits, huge benefits, rather than the benefits given to the poor people. There is a separate section in the essay entitled as Omissions and Commissions. Omissions are those omitted things which should be there but which are not there. Commissions are those things which are there but which should not be there. They are some additional, unimportant, unnecessary things. As far as the omissions are concerned, Amartya Sen tells us that there should be some global policies related to defending democracy, supporting schooling and health facilities, and there should also be institutional arrangements related to fair trade, medical initiatives, educational exchanges, facilities for technological dissemination, ecological and environmental restrictions, fair treatment of the accumulated debts that were often incurred by irresponsible military rulers of the past. So these things should be changed. These things should be there. What Amartya Sen wants to tell us that there should be some responsibilities which are not fulfilled fully right now. While talking about the commissions, that is the additional things which should not be there, the writer tells us that there are certain trade restrictions for the poor countries which hamper their development, their progress. In addition to this, there are some patent laws and copyright laws which prove very harmful for the developing countries. The third thing which the writer talks about is the involvement of the world powers in global arms trade. The major share of the arms and ammunition supplied to the poor countries are sold by the rich countries. Amartya Sen tells us that the G8 countries sold 87% of the total supply of the arms exported in the entire world. And the US share alone has just gone up to almost 50% of the total sales of the world. He tells us that one of the most dangerous things related to this arms trade is that these arms and ammunition is supplied to the poor countries. They fight with each other instead of involving themselves in developmental activities.